What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? In today's video, we're replacing a solenoid here. Now, as always, this is going to be in the description if you want to get them. They're pretty universal. To be honest, I rate this on a scale of like 2 to 10 because the only hard thing is to get everything out, as if you need to do that to replace your solenoid. But to be honest, anybody can do this. This is a super easy job if you need to replace it. It comes with all the parts. I don't know if I'm going to use all those, but we can use them in the future for something else. Pretty sure about that. Now we'll probably have to use them. This looks pretty bare bones. So as you can see, it's a little bit bigger, but it's going to work just fine. So I'm going to show you guys how to replace your old one with a new one. Now, one of the keynotes I always tell people is you want to take a picture of this first, because if you get busy or sidetracked or your wife bitches and you got to go in there and God only knows what she wants you to do, and you come back to it and you forget where everything goes. Take a picture of it, and then when you come back, if you forgot, you have the reference. So we're just gonna jump right into this motherfucker. Now this is my favorite part because it pisses off a lot of people because they say I don't use the right things. But it is what it is. So I'm pretty sure this is standard. But got an 11 here. You got a 10 millimeter here and a 9 millimeter here. So those are the three things we need to dismantle this whole thing. So we're gonna get right into it. You guys can use standard. I don't know what it would be. I don't use standard for anything. You know what? Actually, I want to remove that last. So, to remove this, I can leave this harnessed on here. It's not connected to nothing. 11 millimeter here. This removes the ground. Oh no, that's the hot. The ground's right here. Okay, now 9 millimeter here. That removes the remote. And now we can take that off and mess with the wires later. So there we go. There's the old solenoid. Here's the new one for reference. So we're going to do it the same exact way. So we're going to take this jumper here, jump it here. And we're going to do all that right now. We're going to move over to the table now. Heyo, they're all on the table now. That's pretty cool, I guess, huh? So this is going to go here. Now we got to remove this jumper. Like I said, that's a 9 or whatever it is in the standard. So jumper's going to go back on, and I believe that was the only thing on this jumper. So we can put that down there. We should use one of those locking washers. And I think this is a different size, if I'm being honest. Yeah, it's a 10. So the new one comes with 10s, which is better because 10 is pretty standard for everything. Doesn't have to be critically tight. So now we can put another locking washer over that, and then that, and then hit that. And now that harness is done. So now this can go back on the machine and we can connect the rest of it. So let's get over there again. Okay, now originally this wire was just hanging loose, and I'm not that great at electricity, so I don't know what that's going to do right offhand. We're going to push that aside like it don't exist, and if something goes awry, we'll figure it out later, huh? That's how I work. But it could be that that's the ground, which I'm pretty sure it is, but it wasn't on there before. It was working, Had a dead battery and all that. But let's put this back on and we'll finish setting it up. I'm going to show you guys how to do that. And then we'll wire up the switch. And then from there, we can move on to doing the rest of it. Okay, so that one went there. Like I said, if you forgot, you take a picture. You should have had a picture. But if not, I'm pretty sure there's a way to figure it out. Locking washer. Don't help if I drop everything all the time. But see, we're going to connect the battery right after this. I mean, after we put the switch on. Little remote wire up here. Locking washer. See, this one now, everything on here is 10 millimeter. That's pretty cool. So, even if your solenoid's not bad, go to that description and buy this one. Just so when you do have to replace it, it's all universal. So, now that we got all that out of the way, now see, we have what was connected to the battery right here and right here. But I wonder if these were for different battery connections. Because I can't think of where this would go or where this would go right off the top of my dome. So, it is what it is. We're going to pull this up so I could connect these bullet connectors. They were connected. Just to let those hang for a second. And now we'll work on the switch, which is right over here. Okay, so that's going to go to the starter. Blue's going to go to the middle. And the black is going to go at the bottom. So by all means, that should be the correct wiring for that. I have a decent charged battery here. More than likely, I will connect that to the ground too. Probably that was supposed to go there too. Let's see if people get mad that you don't connect these the right order. There's an order to plug in a battery, but God only knows if I did it right. But don't worry, people in the comments always tell me. I love them. I heart everything too, even the haters. I think it's funny. What size is that? I bet that's a flippin' 8. Yeah, it is. We'll 8 it up. I need something to hold the back now. There we go. And this is not the battery that came with it. This is a test battery I have here. They're gonna have to buy a new battery. Okay, let's see if this switch works now. Hey, 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 solenoid worked. Everything's working good. Gas tank is removed. We can turn on the gas for a second. Now, a problem this was also having was the kill switch wasn't working. It wasn't turning off, right? So, now that I think the new solenoid is on there and everything's good, let's see if we can get some gas up in here. And we'll start it and then shut it down. If it shuts down, that's good. If it doesn't, then we're gonna have to let it run out of gas. We'll choke it. I don't recommend you guys do it like this with everything all discombobulated. And then the battery died. That's my fucking luck. But good news is, what I'm gonna do now for this customer, instead of buying one of these super expensive batteries, which I have a battery charger, if you guys want, I'll put a link in that in the description. I'm gonna make the wires longer, so to come out the back. I'll show you guys an example. The wires are gonna come out the back here, because you gotta dismantle this whole fucking thing just to get it. So I'm gonna have them come out here, and then they can start it with one of these guys, which are only $40 compared to that one, which is like $200. So they could just put it right here, start it. It's gonna be ugly, but that's what they want, save money, because I, don't know what to tell them. So yeah, it's working. Thank you guys for watching. I always appreciate it. So don't forget, anything you guys check out in the description helps me out. And just liking and watching and subscribing also helps out the channel, so I appreciate it, guys. And if you guys know someone with a bad solenoid, send them this video. Till further notice, you guys be real, okay?